All right, welcome back. For today's deep dive, we're jumping into, well, it's a really powerful section from Ephesians 3.1. Our mission, really, is to try and unpack what Paul means by God's secret plan and how his own situation, his identity, unlocks it for everyone, for you.
Yeah, it starts immediately with this tension. It's quite striking. Paul introduces himself in, well, almost contradictory ways, doesn't he? First, he's a prisoner of Christ Jesus, literally bound to Jesus the Anointed.
Mm.
But then, in the same breath, he's this key representative to the outsider nations.
Prisoner and representative.
Exactly. The big universal truth comes through someone who's, well, confined. That paradox really sets the stage for everything that follows.
Okay, so this secret plan or mystery he talks about, let's dig into that. Was it like deliberately hidden before, or just something people couldn't grasp until then?
That's a good question. The text suggests it was previously undisclosed, not really accessible before this point. And what's really radical is the actual content of the secret. It's this idea that Gentile outsiders,
People outside the traditional covenant with Israel.
right, those people are now becoming fully enfranchised members of the same body, heirs alongside Israel.
Wow. So not just included, but like equal partners.
Exactly. Equal co-heirs. It's huge. Paul's basically saying that dividing wall between groups, it's gone. Completely torn down by this good news.
That's already massive, changing how community works. But then it goes even bigger, doesn't it? The text says this whole reveal isn't just for people on earth.
Precisely. That's where it gets kind of cosmic. This plan, this unification, it's how God's wisdom, and Paul calls it wisdom in all its rich variety, is put on display.
Okay, displayed for whom?
Well, this is the surprising part. It's shown to the rulers and authorities in the heavenly places.
Spiritual powers, like angels, authorities, maybe even antagonistic ones.
The text implies that, yes, these cosmic beings are meant to see God's big plan unfolding. They learn from it.
Wait, so are you saying the church, this new mixed community of Jews and Gentiles, is somehow teaching these cosmic powers?
That's exactly what Paul seems to argue. This incredible wisdom, aimed at these high authorities, is made known specifically through the church.
So the community itself, just by existing and being unified,
Becomes the living demonstration, the vehicle for revealing God's multifaceted wisdom to the entire cosmos. It gives the church an unbelievable significance.
Yeah, okay, sounds a lot to take in, cosmic significance through community, but Paul then connects it back down, right, to the individual, to you listening. How does his suffering, being this prisoner, translate into courage for us? It seems like a big leap from cosmic revelation to personal confidence.
It does, but Paul draws a direct line. He argues that his faithfulness through suffering, his willingness to be that prisoner for the sake of bringing this message to the outsiders, is the very proof that the message is true and reliable.
Ah, so his commitment validates the whole thing.
Exactly. Because he endured, because he was faithful in that seemingly weak position, the text says we, and that includes you, can now have the courage, the boldness to approach God the Father confidently.
So his chains somehow lead to our confident access.
Precisely. The huge universal plan of bringing everyone together results in something deeply personal, guaranteed, bold access to God.
Okay, so the big takeaway seems clear then. Universal inclusion, demonstrated by Paul's faithful suffering, leading directly to confident, personal access for you to the Father.
That sums it up well, but it leaves us with a really interesting thought to chew on, doesn't it? Think about this. The text gives this immense job, revealing God's incredibly varied wisdom to cosmic powers, to this community. And that community's foundation is tied to someone who calls himself a prisoner. So why? Why is this profound universal truth, this ultimate wisdom revealed through such a seemingly powerless, confined position? That paradox of strength and weakness, power and suffering, that's really something to explore further.